Chris Rock's Saw reboot is definitely an interesting one that popped back up in the news. Because if you don't know about this story, a couple months ago, it was said that Chris Rock was working on a Saw film, and he was going to be producing it and starring in it. And a lot of people, myself included, were just like, wait, what? Huh? Why? Like, Chris Rock is into Saw? You just don't see it coming. And it's kind of like taking horror directors and putting them with superhero movies. It tends to tell a very interesting, more unique story, like James Wan with Aquaman, Sam Raimi with Spider-Man, David Sandberg for Shazam. Maybe taking a comedic actor and putting them in for this type of horror movie will definitely be able to find a new area, a new element. Because, you know, what is it? A comedy is just tragedy plus time. So, you know, why not kind of rewind the clock a little bit and go back to when something was the emphasis of what could be funny, or I should say the origins of a story that could have been funny. Although nothing about the Saw franchise is funny outside of the performances in the latter half of the films. But what we've learned today is that Sam Jackson is going to be starring in the film. And yeah, Sam Jackson, Chris Rock starring in the movie. Yeah. Okay, why not? You know what? Screw it. Why not? Now, according to this, Lionsgate has confirmed that Sam Jackson will star in the upcoming Saw reboot, joining Chris Rock. Chris Rock will play a police detective investigating a series of grisly crimes, and Jackson will portray Rock's father. Also joining the cast will be Max Minghella, who will play William Schneck, Rock's partner, and Marisol Nichols, who will play Captain Angie Garza, Rock's boss. Joe Drake, chairman of Lionsgate, here says, "We think Samuel L. Jackson and Chris Rock, along with Max Minghella and Marisol Nichols, make this film completely special in the Saw canon, and we can't wait to unleash this unexpected and sinister new story on fans of the franchise. The next level of Saw is on full tilt." And that's cool, right? Like that's perfectly fine if they want to do that. Again, I think like the elements at play here have me kind of, I don't want to say like confused, like, but just I'm cautiously optimistic. For one, Sam Jackson is a treasure. I love me some Chris Rock. I do enjoy the original Saw films, the latter half of them not so much, but I did enjoy the original. And if this is going to be rebooting it in a way that's going to maybe go back to what the origins were that made it so great instead of the torture porn it became towards the end of the franchise, I think ultimately it's going to end up being a better thing. And one that I hope doesn't go the same route as Paranormal Activity, where it's like, here's just a whole bunch of death and crazy stuff, but not giving you any story. But I don't think Chris Rock is going to dive into this without there being a decent story. And I don't think Sam Jackson at this point in his career is going to jump into these kind of things without there being some kind of story. I think that's pretty much where we're going to find it. I believe it comes out fall of 2020. And even though Comic-Con's in a couple weeks, clearly they're in production right now, so they're not going to be giving us anything at con. But maybe next year we'll get to see some stuff, and the hype train will get going. And as long as the hype train keeps going, I think a lot of people are going to be really, really, really happy with where things go. Specifically, if you happen to be a fan of that franchise or not.